Yo, sorry about that. Just had to do a few things before going live. All right, that's better. There was a nasty shadow happening the way I had this thing set up. What up, everybody? Yeah, it's very loud. I apologize. Yeah, it's more like it. What's doing? Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Good evening, everyone. Cubs win, yes. Happy camper here. I can leave the W flying. Nothing like ice water and more of it. Hey, Didi. Didi, Witchy. Yo, I'm not monetizing. Punky. Glad you're here. Sauce. How you doing, Sauce? Mr. Allen. Yo, Chris Baker. Hey, Tanya. Anastasia. Hi there. Hey, Sasha and Trouble so far. Nicole and how you doing, Nicole? So I have a document to show, and it again has to do with the food stamp fraud case. But it's very interesting. In case you have never seen this before, I thought it would be good to share public information. It was actually on Google Docs, and wanted to do some of that today. So I also want to talk about. Before we do that, let's talk about a couple things that happened in the Supreme Court today. They made some rulings. One, they ruled that no men should not be allowed in women's sports, which I think is a huge, huge victory. I don't know why It's an issue. I don't care what surgeries you plan to have, what medication or hormones or whatever. Whatever you take, nothing is going to turn you into a man or turn you into a woman. A biological male will never be a biological female, and a biological female will never be a biological male. Period. No need for any explanation or none of that. Not necessary. It's just common sense. And, giving kids puberty blockers does some nasty damage to them in the long run. It's not reversible. Everybody, he was reversible thing. It's not. It's not. And it still doesn't do what you think it does. The end game is there's just a physiological difference. There's just a physiological difference. Period. That's why women's sports became a thing. Let me go to the next one. This is annoying me. This one. Here we go. That's why there's basketball and then there's women's basketball. There's men's basketball, women's basketball. Men's soccer, women's soccer. Men's swimming, women's swimming. They're just different. And I don't care what shots you're taking or what you're altering. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yo, Jose Garcia. When I first heard about Britney, I only saw her. I never listened to her. But a video came out, some kind of pool party. Did you guys see this? It was a pool party, and I guess she was topless. Looked like a dude. I mean, I know not all women have, an abundance of breastises, but she looked like a dude. She had the chest of a guy. And then I heard an interview. This was when she got busted for allegedly taking drugs into Russia, bringing them with her. I heard her speak and I said, oh man, that sounds like a bro. But, it's possible she's a biological female. No, Brittany Griner, the WNBA basketball player, and the women's NBA. And that's the hard part. It's like, how do you police this? Do you go around and go, all right, let's see, drop your shorts? That's not going to work. I'll tell you right now, that's not going to work. Anywhere, any league, any age, that's not going to happen. So what do you do? I mean, for the most part, it's obvious, right? For the most part, men, women, male, females, it's obvious. Sometimes it's a little tougher. And yes, Nicole, the concept of, well, why don't you start a trans league? Which is probably the best idea. However, well, not however, I think if they started a trans league, and they where they let biological males compete against biological females, and the whoop ass that would happen, and the just that would be obvious. That would be obvious, and it's something that they're not going to want to. Oh yeah, that's right. Look at this. All these people here are getting their ass kicked. These trans are getting their ass kicked, and these trans are kicking ass. Oh, these are all biological males kicking everybody's ass. That's what's going to happen, and then everybody's going to go, "See, I told you." So there will never be a trans league. Look, the WNBA is barely surviving. You know, I mean, what happened? Where's the women? Where's the feminists? How come they're not watching the WNBA? There's not enough viewership. You know when there's viewership when people want to watch Caitlin Clark play because she's a badass. She can shoot. She can play defense. She can compete, along with a bunch of other girls who can compete. But why does she get all the attention? One, she's real good. She's a sharpshooter. And two, she's the target of other teams and other players, which seems to be a racially motivated attack. She gets jacked up all the time. She gets roughed up all the time. And the league is maybe now starting to notice. Because the other day she took an elbow to the neck after getting knocked down, basically assaulted, on the court. And a day or two later is when they issued the foul, flagrant foul, and they suspended that player. So, anyway, that's what happened today is a good thing for women, for girls, and that's the way it should be. It's common sense. Now, there's still this really immediately only affects about 20 some states, and other states are still defiant, like California. Surprise, surprise. No surprise. And then the other issue was birthright citizenship. If you don't know what birthright citizenship is, that is allowing people that, even if they don't live here, I guess you could say illegal people that are here illegally, or people that are here are allowed here legally on some kind of visa, work visa, whatever. They're only here for temporary, but then they have a child here. They have a baby. They give birth on U.S. land, and now all of a sudden, well, guess what? Oh, so that baby is a U.S. citizen, even though these people still live in another country. And that's something I highly disagree with. And people say, "Oh, America needs to catch up to the rest of the world." It's like, yeah, well, guess what? No other country in the world has birthright citizenship. If you're there on vacation or if you're visiting on a work visa, whatever, and you have a child, your child is not an Italian citizen. Your child is not a French citizen. Your child is not a European citizen. You say, "Oh, you're American?" Yeah, well, you're American. We are the only country that gives birthright citizenship. So, a couple things. At this point, I don't think it's a huge, huge problem right now when you have a million people coming into an open border every month, a million people, or per year, whatever the number is. If you got 10 to 15 million people coming in, and then, oh, they all start having babies, oh, they're all American citizens automatically. That's a problem. Now, now that the border is pretty much sealed and closed, well, now we don't have that influx of millions of people coming in and to come over here and have babies. Oh, I can be a citizen. I had a son, I had a child, so now I'm gonna be a citizen, right? I don't think it should be that easy, and I think that's wrong. The other part of that, and which is what the Trump administration said they're going to combat now, there's actually tourism specifically to come over here and birth a child so it can be an American citizen. Like in different European countries, you can book, you pay a lot of money. It's like an extended tour. Come to the U.S. and you're here for a few months, and you actually give birth here. And this is all planned out around when you're supposed to give birth. And then you come to America, have a child. Now that child is an American citizen, and then of course that'll give the parents the right to be an American citizen as well. This is an industry; it's a business, and the administration today said that's who they're going to go after right now to help combat what the Supreme Court ruled today. And I'm curious if anybody actually agrees with birthright citizenship. Remember, my platform here is you can be on whatever side, left, right, middle, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll always let you have your opinion. And, if we can have a discussion, that's what we should have. I'm not going to block you or I'm not going to ridicule you. Maybe a little bit, but I won't, kick you out or be rude or anything like that. I'm just curious if does anybody agree with birthright citizenship or AKA anchor babies? If you agree with it, punch number one on your comment. If you disagree, punch number two. If you agree with birthright citizenship, punch number one. And if you don't mind, just tell me why you think that is. Let's see. Hey, Lala. I heard a reporter fact check that lots of other countries offer. Yeah, I heard that they don't. Let's see. So, according to Uncle Google, 30 to 35 countries offer unconditional birthright citizenship, often referred to as jus soli, meaning almost anyone born within their national borders automatically become a citizen, regardless of their parents' immigration or citizenship status. Let's see. Countries with unconditional birthright citizenship. In the Americas here, Canada, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, Peru, Chile, Jamaica, and various Caribbean island nations like Antigua, Barbuda, St. Kitts, and Nevis. All right. Let's see. Africa and Asia. Lesotho, wherever that is, Tanzania, and Pakistan. I mean, I don't know who's rushing over there to have a baby just to have uh, Tanzanian citizenship or Lesotho, whatever word that I don't know what Lesotho is. Lesotho is in southern Africa. Oh, way at the bottom there. Way at the bottom. I guess it's just west of Durban, which is it's in South Africa, and I guess northeast of Cape Town. Way down at the tip. Never heard of it. See, but they aren't like major, countries. It's a conditional birthright. Many other nations have moved to a mixture of conditional systems. These countries do not grant automatic citizenship based solely on being born in a territory, but offer a pathway to it under specific conditions. For example, if one of the parents is already a permanent resident, or if the child resides there for a set number of years. And that would be the UK, requires at least one parent to be a British citizen or already settled in the UK at the time of birth. Australia grants citizenship automatically to a child born in Australia if they reside there continuously for the first 10 years. And most European nations, such as Germany and France, rely primarily on descent, but many have implemented conditional paths allowing children of long-term foreign residents to claim citizenship upon reaching a certain age or certain age milestones. Okay, let's see this. We got a little video to show. One moment, please. Oh, let me see what everybody's saying here. Yeah, I see a bunch of twos, and I mean, it's just common sense. It's common sense. I think it's your mother's nationality that the child takes on. I would think so too, right? Tanya says, my granddaughters are half Hispanic, but their mom is from here. So if they're, I'd have to unpack that one for a minute. Let's see. Look, my town is small and full of Somalians and Guatemalans. I hate it here. And our beef plant is shut down and Nan's working. Where's that at? Where do you live? Where do you live? OG. Dual citizenship is nonsense. Yeah. And then, and this. Maybe did I miss something here? By the way, welcome everyone who just joined us tonight. I do have some VT Chronicle stuff to show you, but I'm just having this little. I wanted to get some of this off my chest because it was bothering me all day. It's like, how can such a large nation? I mean, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense, and it's like unconditional. In other words, it doesn't matter if your parents are both here illegally. To get pregnant, she has the baby's automatic, period. Like, period. There's no, well, if they had a visa and he's been working here for 5 years and, or the baby would have to stay here or. And it just doesn't make sense. Sometimes I think they do these things just because of who the president is. And here, a friend of mine posted a story about an hour ago. The U.S. Department of Justice says it's making birth tourism schemes a national enforcement priority. See? They're going to crack down on that. They are. All right, let me see what this video is. Oh, let's see. Okay, this is going to be good. Let me show this real quick. All right, ready?
Today, I'm afraid. This is a Liverpool zone, okay? So no. Okay.
At the boarding gate, the passengers are given a final check. This is the last chance to spot imposters before they reach the UK.
We're not taking Arsenal supporters today, I'm afraid. This is a Liverpool zone, okay? So no Arsenal supporter.
The post of UK border agency officer in Lagos can be a dangerous one. Expatriates and Western-based companies have been the targets of kidnapping. Sarah Pownall is an immigration liaison manager. Unlike her colleagues in Lagos, Sarah travels to work in a bulletproof armour-plated car.
Damn.
Unfortunately, about 18 months ago, one of our drivers was shot and killed on duty on his way onto the mainland. And so we do take security very strongly at the High Commission.
Sarah is based at the Deputy High Commission but spends most of her week travelling to and from Murtala Mohammed Airport.
Morning. Hey, Joe, how are you?
Fine.
Good.
No wahala.
No wahala today.
No wahala.
Okay.
Sarah doesn't have any legal powers at the airport. It's her job to advise airline staff on how to spot people trying to enter the UK illegally. Over 5 million people travel through Murtala Mohammed Airport every year.
Let's see who we've got then. Okay.
At the boarding gate, the passengers are given a final check. This is the last chance to spot imposters before they reach the UK.
We're not taking Arsenal supporters today, I'm afraid. This is a Liverpool zone, okay? So no Arsenal supporter. No Arsenal
Sarah has been
supporters.
asked by the airline staff to look at a woman's visa. The woman does not want to be identified.
When you went for your American visa, did you tell the visa officer that you were pregnant? You didn't? No. Okay. Is there any reason why you didn't tell the visa officer that you were pregnant? It didn't come up. Okay, what I'm going to do is...
The woman is only 7 weeks away from giving birth, yet has decided to visit her sister in America, claiming she will return 3 weeks before her due
It says
date.
that you're fit to travel. Babies born in the UK don't automatically qualify for a British passport, but babies born in the US do automatically qualify for an American passport. So it's quite common for pregnant ladies to travel overseas so that they can have the baby in whichever country to automatically get that passport.
Sarah must now contact the US Embassy.
Hi, it's Sarah. I'm at the airport at the moment. I just wondered if you could give a call to the American Embassy so that they can check an American visa for me. She's at the airport today, and she's in an advanced state of pregnancy.
He's
so
getting ready
if you
to
can just
pop.
give them a call and find out if they're happy with that, and if so, then we can let her travel.
Sarah now has to wait for a reply from the US Embassy, but the flight leaves in 10 minutes. The decision to question the woman in the first place came from the airline, but Sarah's presence has become the focus of the woman's frustration.
Because your flight here is going directly to the UK.
Okay, so first of all, the one issue is, and I don't know what the exact number is, but a lot of airlines, if you are that advanced, they will not allow you to fly because you could give labor, while up in the air. And that's not a question of, well, where's the baby going to be born? It's more of a question of, it's a medical emergency. What if something happens? You got to have doctors, a surgeon around a hospital. And if you're in that, what's considered a fragile state, they will not allow you to fly in the first place. So there's that to consider too. I thought, especially on a long trip like that, what is that, 6 or 8 hour trip? 8 hours, I think. Yeah. And longer because they're stopping at the UK first.
UK. You didn't choose Delta to go directly to the States, and this is why I'm on duty here, to see the people who are travelling through the UK.
It's minutes before the flight leaves, but whether or not the pregnant woman will be on board is up to the US Embassy.
Right, okay, all right, I'll do that then. Okay, thanks very much. All right, thank you, bye-bye. Okay, that was the American Embassy, and they want to speak to her today.
The flight will be leaving without the pregnant woman. Now Sarah must tell her the news.
So what I've done is I've contacted the visa man and explained your situation. What he'd like to do is can you go back to the embassy here in Lagos, show him all this paperwork, and he'll want to speak to you. I'm sorry, I know it's frustrating, but if you can go back to him, because Madam,
please, I'm begging.
No, please don't beg me. Please don't beg me. No, Madam, please don't beg me.
People that are pregnant that do go and all that.
The pregnant woman did not make it to the USA.
Yeah.
When she failed to turn up at the American embassy, her visa was cancelled.
There you go.
Okay.
She canceled. They canceled her visa because they told her, well, go to the embassy and talk to the U.S. embassy and see what. But she never showed up. So that tells you right there that she was up to something shady, right? So good call by the embassy in not allowing that kind of travel. And it sucks, but you know what? If that's my wife or whatever, that far along in a pregnancy, we're not going to fly. Are you crazy? What are you, nuts? What are you, friggin' nuts? Aurora, welcome. Yeah, Senator Rubio has spoken and will continue to speak on it. And I think the only way to really take care of that problem is by a constitutional amendment. They would have to literally amend the Constitution and change that up. Originally, birthright citizenship was meant for the slaves. It was meant for the slaves so that the children of slaves could be considered American citizens. Yes, look that up. Hang on 1 second. All right. Thought I heard somebody fudging with my vehicle outside. Can't have that. Where was I? I apologize. So yeah, there's that. I definitely don't agree with that for sure. I think it was a huge mistake. I think it was a very bad decision. And like I said, I think some of these things happen because of just because of who's in office. I really do think that. But anyway, that's what's happening now, and I'm sure we're sure to hear more about that fight coming up, and I'm sure it's not over. And I just wonder if they're going to, or somebody's gonna bring up, to have an amendment made to the Constitution for that. Yep, that's correct. It's exactly because of that. And then it should have been amended a long time ago. That should have been cleared up. Like a lot of things in the Constitution, they're very, very, very old, very 1776. And perhaps many items in the Constitution needs to be updated. Kind of like the Bible. There are some things in the Bible, yes, that applied mainly to things that were going on back then. It could be argued a lot of, what's in the Bible, principles mainly, could be applied to modern day. Yeah, I get that. Hey, Nancy. I was gonna say buonasera, but over there it's the morning, right? Here in Italy, you can only be Italian by blood. like the mafia. There's a course. There is, of course, a long process where you live here legally for 10 years, learn the language, take an exam, and then apply. Okay, so you fit in, you learn, you adapt, you assimilate, and you fit in, and then you can apply. And if they see you've done all these things, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Definitely fair. Yeah, Anastasia, this stuff is so. It's so common sense, right? We think it's so common sense. But to be honest, the Democratic Party has taken such a hard left turn that the original Democrat, or like real Democrats, are going, what just happened? What's happening right now? And Democratic socialists are taking over. And it's a very bad thing, which New York's going to find out. And they're starting to find out with this rent control. People think, oh, rent control, great. Rents stay the same. They're not going to go up. That may happen. But guess what? Now the landlord can't afford to have a supervisor. The super is in jeopardy now. Things are not going to get fixed. Why? Because taxes are going up, but they can't increase their rent annually to keep up with the cost of living, taxes, and everything else that increases the expenses of doing business as a landlord. And that's a problem. And the New York is gonna find out. They're gonna find out the hard way. And that's something we said even before Mayor Mamdani got elected. That they're gonna, all right, I guess you people want to find out the hard way. Yeah, I was gonna say, because there has been no successful socialist country. The only person it's a success for is the dictator collecting all the money. Yeah, this is true. Okay. Let's go over to. Okay, so I'm about to show these legal documents of what's her face. So I'm at the grocery store, and granted, I live in Brownsville, Texas. If you look at a map, I mean, do you all know where Brownsville, Texas is? I'll share this one first. If you don't know, here's Brownsville. Okay, that's where I live, right there. This blue dot. All right, I don't care if anybody sees it, whatever. That's the blue dot. This line here is the border. I don't know if you can see my mouse or not, but just above the word Matamoros, that gray line, that's the border. I mean, I can walk from my house to there's 3 international bridges. So it is 90, oops, I wasn't even showing it, damn it. Yeah, that's why I have to go live a lot, because I'm getting sloppy. Oh, let me do this. So here it says Brownsville, right here, right there in the middle. Brownsville. This is downtown Brownsville. And here's one bridge. And there's another bridge. And then there's another bridge way over here. Where'd it go? Yeah, right here. So there's 3 bridges. And my house I'm right here. So I'm near all 3 bridges. So it's 99.999999999% Mexicans here. Those that live here, they even have families who live across, or there are people that live in Mexico, in Matamoros, but they come over here to go to school, to go to work, and then they go back, they cross the border to go back to their home at night. So I'm at the store, I'm at HEB. And I see everybody is wearing, because it's World Cup, right? Season. Everybody's wearing Team Mexico jerseys. And I'm looking around at everybody's got them. And it bothered me. It did. It bothered me. I was like, hey, you guys don't support Team USA at all? I mean, you live here. You're making a living here. You're earning money here. It bothered me a little bit, it did. But then I'm thinking, I bet a lot of these people live on the other side, and then they come over here to go to school and work, but they really live over there. And not a single USA jersey that I see. Not one. Then again, I'm in the middle of freaking Little Mexico practically. So, I mean, I understand that. But, yeah, Valdez, yes, there's 3 bridges. I know it's hard to see this thing. So this is the main boulevard here, International Boulevard. This is the expressway. This expressway goes all the way to Houston. It used to be 77X, now it's called Highway 69. Why they picked that number, I don't know, but it's 69. And I'm not far from here, a few blocks in and up. So I can walk down International. Here's the McDonald's, stop and get a bacon, a sausage McMuffin with egg. Pass by the university. This used to be the University of Texas. Now it's called. What is it called? The UTRGV. UT, University of Texas RGV. That's what it's called. And then right here, then you got all this is campus. All this is university campus. Then you get to Elizabeth Street, and this is where the bridge crossing access area is. So on this side, on the top, is where you're going into Mexico, and the bottom lane is cars returning from Mexico. So that's one. But if you take a left turn and you go down a different route, go down Sam Pearl, hang a left, and now there's another access point. Oops. And that's right here. You cross that bridge, now you're in Mexico, right there. But then you can take a different route, stay on the highway. This highway 69 that I told you about ends at the Veterans Bridge. This is the newest bridge. It ends at the bridge. So if you take that highway, that interstate all the way down, it literally stops at the bridge crossing. And that's a really long bridge. And you cross and you're in Mexico. So there's 3 bridges right nearby. And as you can see, when I pull back, you can see the border, and there's Brownsville, like right. When I say I'm literally on the border, I mean I'm literally on the border. And then for those of you who want to know where what's her face lives, let's see if I remember how to get over there. I don't. I actually don't remember how to get over there. Here's Raymondville right there. Again, along 69, you get to Raymondville or Hidalgo exit. I think it's 186. It says hang a left, and there you are. If you know, you know. So that's right here. I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing to. I don't know if these things show or not. But where you see Combs, go down a little bit. You see Harlingen, then Combs, keep going up. You see the 69E sign, and then that intersection right there, exit, and that's where Raymondville is. South Padre Island, SpaceX is right here. Starbase, this is where all the rocket launches happen. This is the port of Brownsville. Over here, that LNG plant is right up in this area here. Liquid natural gas, huge, huge, huge facility. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, the old bridge is still open. The old bridge, the very old bridge, and the new bridge. That's what we have right now. No, that will not happen. I mean, I'm not afraid to run into her, but I don't think she'd want to run into me, to be honest. Starbase it's pretty cool. When they first moved here, Starbase was so open, you could actually drive up and park where these rockets are being built on the outside where they moved them. You can get out of your car and you'd have to go like this to look at the rockets. That's how close you got. Of course, now it's restricted and you can't get that close. I mean, it's pretty cool to be there. All right, let's get on with This music doesn't fit. It doesn't fit what we're doing. Well, I don't suppose any music will fit what we're doing, but I just leave it there just for noise. So, Texas is a cool state. Texas is a cool state. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, the grand jury of the county of Willacy, state of Texas, duly selected, impaneled, sworn, charged, and organized as such at the July term 2016 of the 197th Judicial District Court of said county, in said court at said term, upon their oaths, do presented, and before the presentment of this indictment, in the county of Willacy and state of Texas. Damn, it's like a whole freaking introduction. And I know these things are necessary, but okay, that's not working. So this is a copy of the indictment, the original indictment. There's her name, hereinafter called the defendant, did then and there pursuant to one scheme or continuing course of conduct that began on or about March 16th, 2012, and continued until on or about August 31st, 2016. So 4 years, they're alleging. Unlawfully appropriate by acquiring or otherwise exercising control over property, to wit, supplemental nutrition assistance program and Medicaid benefits. And the aggregate value of the property obtained was $20,000 or more, but less than $100,000 from Texas Health and Human Services Commission, the owner thereof, without the effective consent of the owner, namely by deception and with intent to deprive the owner of property, right, against the peace and dignity of the state. There's a signature, that's the copy, here's a document. Bail was set at $10,000. This is October 27, 2016. This is from the Health and Human Services Commission, Office of the Inspector General, Prosecution Case Narrative Summary. It says the case number is a criminal violation, Willacy County, Ravenville, Texas. Some information is redacted obviously. HHSE case numbers, blah, 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 personal information. Let's see, addresses, stuff like that. Okay, here we go. On or about 3/16/2012, 4/10/2012, 7/1/2012, 2/22/2013, 7/10/2013, 1/20/2014, 10/8/2014, 3/27/2015, and 9/14/2015. And this is what I was talking about yesterday when I said perhaps the indictment should have included more the original indictment should have included more specific information. Not just like a bunch of dates. Yeah, on these dates, something happened, is what they're saying. The defendant, I won't say her name, the suspect, they say the suspect, made false reports to the Texas Health and Human Services Commission. At the time, Vanessa Tijerina reported that her household consisted of herself and her children only, when in fact, Roman Arguelles, her daughter's father, was also living in the home and employed. As a result of not reporting that Roman Arguelles was living in the home or that he was employed, Vanessa Tijerina received $28,009 in excessive supplemental nutrition assistance, that's SNAP, previously known as food stamps, benefits during March 2012. March 2016. Let's see, benefits during March 2012. March 2016 and $45,935.07 in excessive Medicare benefits from April 2012 to August of 2016. Yikes. Yes, that's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. I'm still at that top paragraph right now. Investigator Ruby L. Davila was unable to make contact with Vanessa Tijerina regarding the allegation that Roman Arguelles was living with her and employed, or to inquire about her high SNAP EBT balance. High balance. I think at one point, I don't know if it was $5,000 or $10,000 she had in there. Investigator Ruby L. Davila obtained employment verification statements, school records, online article posting made by Vanessa Tijerina. Well, there you go. Be careful what you put on the internet, right? I'll read that again. Investigator Ruby L. Davila obtained employment verification statements, school records, online article posting made by Vanessa Tijerina, social media posts, and witness statements, all attesting to the fact that Roman Arguelles shared the same residence as Vanessa. The findings of the investigation substantiate the allegation that Roman Arguelles was in fact residing in the home with Vanessa. The case will be referred for prosecution. And then it says, under details, on February 17, 2015, a referral was received in the Field Investigation Division. The referral alleged that Vanessa Tijerina failed to report at multiple interviews with the Texas Health and Human Services Commission, OSS program, that Roman Arguelles was living with her and that he was employed. On June 13th of 2016, a subsequent referral was received regarding a questionable high SNAP EBT balance. Review of the Texas Health and Human Services Commission's Office of Eligibility Services eligibility records revealed the following information. Whoa. On March 16, 2012, during an interview to determine SNAP and Medicaid eligibility, the respective caseworker documented that Vanessa Tijerina reported her household consisted of only herself and her 3 children. Vanessa Tijerina also reported she is purchasing her home and has no other property. Vanessa Tijerina reports paying a monthly mortgage. A mortgage statement was provided as verification. Vanessa reports ex-boyfriend Chris Guerra is in possession of a 2008 Jeep Wrangler. Vanessa Tijerina failed to report she owns properties at 328 East Hidalgo, at Raymondville, and 364 whatever. On 4/10/2012, during an interview to determine adult Medicaid eligibility, the respective caseworker documented that Vanessa Tijerina reported her household consisted of herself and her 3 children. On a SNAP and Medicaid application signed of July of 2012 and filed on July 13th of 2012, Vanessa failed to include Roman Arguelles as a household member, or that he was employed with blah blah, doesn't matter. Plus, and then she reported she was pregnant on July 13th of 2012. On 8/1, August of 2012, during a review to determine SNAP and Medicaid eligibility, the respective caseworker documented that Vanessa Tijerina reported her household consisted of only herself and her 3. So she kept saying over and over and over, it's just me and the girls. No others were reported. Vanessa Tijerina also reported paying $200 a month in rent to Chris, receipts provided. Vanessa Tijerina owns the home she claims to pay rent for. She owns the home she claims to pay rent for. Vanessa Tijerina owns the home she claims to pay rent for. Well, how do you like them apples? Okay, details continued. On a SNAP and Medicaid application signed, and these are all those dates that they alleged. Those dates are all here. Failed to include Roman. They all say the same thing. Failed to include Roman. During the interview, the respective caseworker documented that Vanessa verified the persons living in her home. Another application, again, 7/10 of 2013. She failed to include Roman as a household member. July 24th, during a desk review to determine SNAP and Medicaid eligibility, the respective caseworker documented that Vanessa reported her no changes in her household. Now we're at January 2013. Vanessa failed to include Roman as a household member or that he was employed. Tijerina answers none to additional homes owned. Vanessa Tijerina claims to pay rent in the home she owns. She failed to report she owns properties at other addresses in Raymondville. 2 other addresses given. Again, this is Google Docs. Okay. So Chris, the person Chris, is her mother. That's her mother. When you see Chris, you saw it up here. I mentioned it a few times already. When she pays rent to Chris, Chris is her mother. And it just goes on with the same thing, that she failed to include the fact that Roman was living with her. So, I mean, it's just a lot of the same stuff. I keep repeating the same stuff. Let's see. Employment verification. Payroll information was, I'm reading here, requested from Salud Home Health for Roman Way. The reply was received from the finance director. The employment verification shows Roman currently employed as of January 2016 with gross wages and everything on there. Raymondville ISD school records were requested for her sons. Documents were received on 6/8/16 that list Roman as father to Lorenzo, marking out that Juan on an operation graduation form, Roman listed as stepfather. So all these just details are in here. Willisey County Appraisal District. June of 2016, a property search was conducted on all properties owned by Vanessa Tijerina. A search of the Willisey County Appraisal District showed Vanessa has ownership of properties of 1, 2, 3 properties. Each of the properties shows warranty deeds dated April of 2004, transferring the properties to Vanessa. Okay, so she owns those. It's something we know already anyway. An online article titled NOH 8 of, what is that? Of 11-year-old Texas targeted by anti-gay bullies goes viral. Was posted on the Tola Road website. TolaRoad.com refers to Vanessa Tijerina as Vanessa Tijerina Arguelles. Now, do you want me to keep reading, or do I just keep skimming through it? Some of it's a little redundant, but witness statements are here. Facebook, here, let's see what this says. On October 6th of 2016, this investigator obtained a witness statement from Becky Rubalcaba. This investigator showed Ms. Rubalcaba a photo marked A1 of an unidentified woman. Ms. Rubalcaba recognized and identified the woman in the photo marked A1 as Vanessa. And Vanessa Arguelles, or Vanessa Tijerina, sorry. The investigators then showed Ms. Rubalcaba a photo marked A2 of an unidentified man. She identified him as Roman Arguelles, husband of Vanessa. Ms. Rubalcaba provided a written statement attesting to the fact that she has known both Vanessa and Roman since 2013 and have always known to live together in a home. Okay, there's one witness. And another. Hang on. This investigator obtained a witness statement. Okay, let's see. Did I do that one already? Yeah. In October of 16, the investigator obtained a witness statement from Diana Conde. The investigator showed Ms. Conde a photo marked B1 of an unidentified woman. And so that woman also went on to identify Vanessa and Roman. Ms. Conde signed both photos. Ms. Conde provided a written statement attesting to the fact that she has known both Vanessa and Roman since 2011 and that knows them to live as husband and wife. And on October of 16, this investigator obtained a witness statement from Veronica Peña. This investigator showed Ms. Peña a photo marked C1. Again, a photo of Vanessa and a photo of Roman. She identified them both. Let's see, and then two additional photos marked as C3 and C4 of a residence. Ms. Peña recognized identified the residents to be Vanessa and Roman's. Ms. Peña signed both photos. Ms. Peña provided a written statement attesting to the fact that she's known both Vanessa and Roman. Vanessa, since 2015, has known her to be married to Roman. She has their residence. Okay. So basically, all this is just, witnesses corroborating the accusation, really. October of 16, this investigator obtained a witness statement from Flora Casas, Texas Works Advisor with the Health and Human Services Commission. This investigator showed Ms. Casas a photo marked D1 of an unidentified woman. This witness same thing, identified the people in the photos. To the fact that she interviewed the woman in the photo marked D1 and identified her to be Vanessa. She also included a statement referencing her encounter with the unidentified man, recognizing him to be the man in the photo. The suspect's eligibility to receive benefits was recalculated based on her failure to report that Roman was living with her and that he was employed. Vanessa received the following excessive benefits. Copies of the negotiated EBT transaction have been requested and will be on file. Okay. Holy cow. Holy cow. So it says just SNAP benefits alone from March of 2012 to July of 2014. So what is it? 28 months, right? That sound right? 28 months. I don't have anything here. Okay, 28 months. And then from October of 14 to March of 16. Okay, so 24. $28,009. Holy crap, that's a lot. I think that's a lot. And then Medicaid, the amount that was used from 2012 to 2016 was over almost $46,000, bringing the grand total, like we said before, to $73,944, or we can just round it up to $74,000. She failed to keep her scheduled interview October of 2016 in Rainville. Investigator was unable to make contact with her regarding the allegation that Roman was living with her and employed, or to inquire about her high SNAP EBT balance. On 9/2/15, Tijerina posted a photo of her Texas driver's license showing an expiration date of February 16 on Facebook, with a caption that read, "Almost time to renew." Investigator Davila retrieved a copy of Vanessa Tijerina's most recent driver's license photo to compare and verify the identity of the suspect. The case will be presented to the Wilkes County District Attorney for prosecution. Yeah, that is the original indictment. Hey, Anaya. So my understanding was that the Roman initially refused and was not cooperative. And I don't know, I'm guessing, and this is just a guess, maybe he didn't know what she was doing, if that's possible. He only started to cooperate after the arrest at the Stars restaurant that you have all seen, or most of you have seen anyway. And that's when he started to cooperate. So let's say it was 40. So I'm guessing you could say she was getting, on average, if you divide up all that 28 grand by, I threw a number out there of 40 months. It's about $700 a month. But if she had such a high balance, I mean, doesn't that tip you off right there as a red flag? It's like, well, we're giving her SNAP. How come she ain't using it? Because he's working. I mean, at least that's common sense the way I see it. No, on this thing I cannot see the exhibits, sadly. I don't think they're up here. But she's not a criminal. She's not. Chris, are you shocked? Okay. Um. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Somebody just confirmed what I said, and I mean that makes sense. Such a high balance because she was not buying food to cook. Wasn't cooking, and that doesn't surprise us because we've seen the tuna and scrambled eggs. Yeah. Anyway. And I guess that's why some people who get a lot of money, they're supposed to buy food. You're supposed to keep your kids healthy, so you're supposed to cook home cooked meals. You know, you gotta buy ingredients. You know, you gotta buy meat or chicken. You gotta buy spices, seasonings. You gotta buy rice. You gotta buy vegetables. And every time you make a meal, you gotta have these things. And yeah, that can get costly. And the fact that you're not using it, and that's why, and I'll admit, many, many years ago, someone offered me, hey, I need cash. If you give me $50, I'll give you $100 worth of the, you know, let's go to the HEB and you can buy whatever you want up to $100. And I did that. And then I found out, yeah, everybody does that. I was like, so cash is obviously the more valuable benefit, and I thought she would be getting I thought she would be getting a cash benefit also, but I thought people with kids got the cash benefit, or is it just for babies? The question is here. Let me do this. There. Question is, if she had not been arrested at Stars that day, would he have eventually stepped up as a man and father to protect his daughter from an evil woman? Good question. Apparently, now, ever since that happened, he has definitely stepped up, and the girls are good. But, you know, the what ifs are plenty, and good question. Hey, Donna. We need to notify Doge. Would they be very interested in all that? Yeah, yeah. You know, it is, and it's almost like, I don't think there's a mechanism. By a mechanism, I mean, you know, instead of the money accumulating month after month, like, shouldn't there be some kind of limit, and go, oh, they got $1,400 there. They haven't spent a dime of that. Okay, so next month they get nothing, or very reduced amount, or I don't know, take some of that money back or something if you haven't used it, instead of rolling over. I think rolling over is a problem. Oops. Ah, okay. So, So I'm told that does happen a lot. Accounts become dormant because some people don't know that they're receiving benefits. Wow. Unbelievable. So apparently, the girl's father, Roman, didn't know what was going on at the Stars. And then when Vanessa was calling for someone to pick up the kids, that woman came to pick up the kids, her friend Dahlia. From there, she went to the police department, and that's when they called him, and that's where he went to pick up the girls. That is when he found out what the heck was going on over there and what was going on that day. B, you know what? I wasn't even thinking about that. Wasn't even thinking about it. Wasn't even thinking about it. Great point. I wasn't even thinking about that. It's so funny. Well, I don't say anything about her being a nurse and worked for a hospital for 3 doctors when she was traveling. Yeah, because there was a period when she wasn't working. I imagine that's the only reason why. And I know she keeps touting that she's been a nurse for, a quarter of a century. And and that she's already gained her credits to be able to retire, with Social Security. I got there faster than anybody. I got my credits faster than this. Well, it doesn't seem like a steady work career. So, I mean, you got to have X number of years, X number of hours worked per quarter, per year. And that's how they figure whether you qualify, if you have enough to qualify to, in the future, be able to retire. So, there could be a lot of speculation about all this, and this is one of those things where there is something wrong with the system. There has to be a mechanism that flags, hey, we've made 2 $700 deposits in the last 2 months, but nothing has been spent. The card has not been used. The money is still there. Something is wrong. Bing, red flag. And that's when an investigation should happen. And I don't think that's unconstitutional or unfair or any of that. I think that's the state looking out for itself, right? I mean, if that's what's happening. I imagine, I don't know. I don't know what the statistics are, but when somebody gets a deposit, I imagine the same day or the next day they're, doing groceries and stuff like that. And if they are decent people, they try to plan out, okay, we got this much, 30 days, I'm not going to get the benefit for another whatever, I guess it's every month. So we've got 30 days and we need to save this, stretch it so that we're not broke at 3 weeks and we got to wait a whole other week before I can buy some more stuff or something like that. Hopefully they plan things out. We can only do so much per week before we get the next benefit. Not to mention, are these people, are they looking for work, or do they need child care? Let's help her get some child care so she can get to work, provide training, so all that. I'm all for benefits when somebody needs it. Stuff happens in your life at different times. Stuff happens and everybody needs help every now and then. But to go on for 4 years, that's where I have a problem with it. KK can't even think about that. I can't imagine that. So in the document you saw the witness statements. And I know she keeps saying, oh, the witnesses were junk. The witnesses didn't know anything. The witnesses were scared, or the witnesses were lying. But that's obviously, we just read, that's not the case. Not to mention the person doing the interview, the investigator, whatever she is, the one who took in the information, I think. Yeah, she came in and she told me all this. She said all this. That's what I input. And how are you going to discredit that one? I think the cash benefits is when there's zero income and then they go after the father for support. We're getting cash. Okay. And I think VT was a spiteful baby mama type that didn't let the kid see him because he had someone else. Oh, you mean drama? Salinas Gamez says some qualifying Texas families receive both SNAP and AFDC, which is aid to families with dependent children, monetary assistance. Ramon Valdez, I was a government auditor. I know how some of this works. You should see how many in one city have passed and are still collecting have passed away. So they're still giving benefits to dead people because nobody reports, like family or whatever, or the state. See, that's where there's got to be another, it's called an instrument. And these agencies need to be connected in a way that when it's recorded that someone has passed away, that sends an automatic message to the next department and says, by the way, this social security number, blah, 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 passed away yesterday. Or, it's the death certificate has been registered, like 2 days ago, whatever. And then from there, the system checks, all right, are they getting benefits, money, SNAP, Social Security, whatever? And then everything ends. Or if there's a beneficiary, the money would go to the survivor, right? In the case of Social Security. And there should be something, I don't know, I would think Elon Musk would be, or his people, or he knows people who could come up with something like that. Because that would be, to keep, and you've heard that stuff in the news before. And not only are they still paying benefits to people that are deceased, but they're paying benefits to people that are, 250 years old. Which obviously they're either A, deceased, or B, never existed, and it's just someone is collecting that money. I don't know. I think more vetting has to happen. Yeah, sometimes family members fail to report a death and continue to apply for them to keep the benefits. So instead of saying, hey, mom died yesterday, maybe they accidentally on purpose forget for a month and get another, benefit deposit and take advantage of that. Yeah, I can see that happening. SNAP benefit card is swiped at the point of sale. Terminal, like HEB or Walmart, check out and receive cash. You cannot get cash back from the SNAP card. I don't think you can. That's only for food, right? I don't think you can get cash. Unless I've got my information way wrong. But if you have a SNAP card, it's only good to purchase food. You cannot get cash back from that. Because if you could, then we wouldn't have this problem. We wouldn't have that problem of people selling their food stamps for cash. Get it? Right? Understand? You understand, man? Wiki says, I got a SNAP card once and never applied for the benefits. You just got it in the mail? Okay, the EBT card, the SNAP card, is for food stamps and if you're getting TANF. That's cash. That's temporary assistance for needy families. Cash is received there as well. If you're receiving that benefit, the TANF benefit. And that's the only way that you can get cash from that card. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, good. I was right. So that TANF, which is TANF, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, that is an actual cash benefit. That might be just a one-shot deal, though. Is that just a one-shot deal? Or just one time they'll give you whatever, I don't know how they figure it out, but before the card, they would give paper money, and they would give food stamps back, but paper kind of took. Yeah, I remember that when I was a kid. I go grocery shopping with my mom, and I remember people that were paying, and they would pull out this little booklet, and they would tear the money out from there. Wow, it was a long time ago. I don't know when they converted to a debit card system, but even people who received those PPA loans during COVID, they were out buying new cars, trips. Oh yeah, there wasn't. That was something that was hastily put together. I mean, if you had a business and you had a legit purpose for using it, it helped. But if you didn't, people just took advantage of it, and then, hey, there's extra money. Plus, I'm getting double the unemployment money, because that's what was happening too. The unemployment money doubled. Okay, so the temporary assistance for needy families cash I guess they give them the option. It could be a monthly X amount per month, or just a one-shot deal annually. For example, like $1,000 for every 12 months or something. Hey, Naya. Yeah, I remember my mom. We never qualified for that stuff because my mom had a 3-story building and collected rent. So before store brands like Hill Country Fair and Great Value, there was only white pack. Do you remember the generic packages? The white. It was just white, and it had a olive green stripe and then a little black stripe underneath it. And it was so weird. It looks like something out of a movie. Everything was that's how you knew it was generic. And kids, I remember at school, they would teach, oh, he's poor, he only buys generic stuff. They only buy generic stuff. And I tasted some of that generic stuff, and it was freaking horrible. Let me see. Ah, yes. Yes. It looked like this. You ready? You ready? In case you don't know, I'll do some of you fetuses are out there that are born recently. There was a time when generic came out. And it was generic everything. I mean, everything. Oops. Why did it do that? And that's how you know this was generic. It looked all like that. I think it was meant to look like military rations or whatever they call that. Stencil lettering. And I remember that stuff was not quality. It was not nutritional. It was, I remember my mom would get some of that stuff sometimes. I'll never forget that. Right, Chihuahua Mama? Remember when? Yeah. Instant breakfast drink. That was their version of Tang. Remember Tang? Tang had such a cool flavor, but so much freaking sugar in that stuff. Yeah. That's it, KK. Thank you. MREs, meals ready to eat. And even though these were not meals ready to eat, but it kind of gave that, like, hey, the government is giving you cheap food, so that's why it looks like the way it does. Stencil writing. You believe that stencil for lettering the font? And then you had the green with the black. That's what I'm thinking. They were somehow, maybe somebody in the military came up with this. Oh, the government cheese was, I didn't like the government cheese at all. Some lady would get a couple every time she had, I guess she was on welfare. She'd get a couple of them, a couple or two or three, and she'd give my mom one every time. Big old block of, it was in cardboard. And I didn't like it. I wouldn't eat it. I think I did for grilled cheese. I think I would make grilled cheese and I would use some of that stuff. Oh, I know, Shannon, but I just, I didn't like it. I liked it, I guess, in a grilled cheese. I liked it. I used a lot of butter, like I said before, in my grilled cheese. And that would constipate you. Something nasty. Something nasty. Yeah, she just said, who was it? Selena's just said, Teresa Salinas says, I will never forget when I tasted a glass of powdered milk. Gross. That's bad. Oh, Tang. Tang has been around for a while. Wasn't Tang the thing? What did they say? Isn't Tang the drink that astronauts drink or something like that? Wasn't that their tagline or something? Well, I don't know, Don. I'm pretty up there too. I'm up there. And now that I see all this and remember all this crap, now I feel really old. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. Tang is great. They've changed it a little bit though. It's a little different now. And Tab, even though it was a diet drink, allegedly, it was a diet drink, but it had a really cool taste. And every once in a while, I'll see it pop up at some grocery store or somewhere. I'll see, what, Tab? And I always regret, I should buy it. It's been a long time. I haven't tasted a Tab since I was in high school. My biology teacher, Ms. Bernberg, would drink them. She always had one on her desk. So 86, 85. Dang. Let's see. I'm smiling. I haven't seen this crap in a long time. Aw, where'd it go? Oh, it opens up in a different window. So this was Tab. Oops. Looked just like that. It did. And it had a cool, whatever that taste was or the flavoring, I thought it was pretty cool. It was a diet drink. It was I think it was, I don't know when Diet Coke, when did Diet Coke come out? It had such a cool flavor. You know, it's kind of the way, like, you know how Dr. Pepper tastes, which is a distinctive flavor. And Diet Coke is kind of like a flavorless. Well, this had a flavor, and I think, I don't know, it's not an aftertaste either. It had a flavor. Yeah. Anybody ever see people drink a mixture of milk and Coke? It's like, what's up? What's up with that? Okay, I got one for you. Now, this is something people still consume. It's been a long time. A really long time. And even though this is vintage, people still eat it nowadays. Oh, that's where I got it from, Laverne and Shirley. I remember somebody, I saw it somewhere. Maybe that's where it was. That was a very long time ago. Yeah, the black cow. Does anybody like Spam? I mean, if I had to, if I had to, I could eat Spam. You cut it kind of thin, not super thin, but a little thin, it's like ham, and fry it up and brown that sucker with some scrambled eggs and rice, Spam and rice. Yeah, I could eat that. I guess I could eat that. Now, is there any health? Is there anything healthy about it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It comes in pouches? Really? Let me see. Shopping. Oh, yeah. Oh, Spam Light? What the hell is Spam Light? So it comes in a little, yeah, like just a little pouch. That's what it is. Like the way tuna comes now, right? The way tuna's starting to come now. But it's not, I mean, you can still get it in the can. So, so Spam single, okay, so it comes, how does it come? All sliced up or? Spam single light. 50% less fat, 25% less sodium, 33% fewer calories than Spam single classic. Wow. Wow. Dang. Talk about taking a stroll down memory lane. Holy crap. And do you remember? Okay, I got one for you. Who remembers this? We'll see how old you are. If you know what this is, you're old. Oops, there you go. Ready? You ready? Those when I was growing up, these were around, but then they did they did not last very long. So I didn't live through them for a long time, but I remember my mom would have sheets and sheets and sheets and pages of these things. There was the S and H stamps. Yes, and you could buy these. No. You would get them, right? You would get them as a reward, like depending on how much money you spent. I think. Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know how you got them, but you could use them to take money off of your grocery tab. You could use green stamps to buy stuff. They did in the radio. Really, the Radio Bunch referred to them? I don't remember that. Oh yeah, and I remember seeing some people. I remember being in Chicago had Jewel food stores, and somebody would be in line. This lady would be in line. She would open up her purse, and she would pull out this big book, and it had to be hundreds and hundreds of pages of this stuff. But I can't. I don't have a photographic memory. I can't remember if it covered her whole entire grocery bill, and I don't know. Hey, Eunice. Were there blue ones? I'm looking. I only see the green ones. Wow. Wow. Oops. Yeah, I remember licking those and putting them on a card or something, right? In the book. Yeah. Hey, I'm not monetizing. They had something called Texas Gold Stamps on here, something like that. Filled the book again. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm only Texas from 2000 and until now. Since we're looking at old stuff, Jesus. Since we're looking at old stuff, let's keep having a little bit more fun here. You ready? You ready? You ready?
It certainly is a big bun.
It's a very big bun.
Big fluffy bun.
It's a very big fluffy bun.
Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef on a lot of bun.
Where's the beef?
At Wendy's, we serve a hamburger we modestly call a single. And Wendy's single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac. At Wendy's, you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
You want something better. Your Wendy's kind.
Now, I remember that lady's name. Do you remember? Does anybody remember that old lady, the lady who said, "Where's the beef"? I remember her name to this day. Who remembers? Come on, you remember. Does somebody remember her name? Don't look it up. Don't cheat. You remember her name? Nope, I have never forgotten her name. I don't know why. Maybe because that commercial was so popular and so famous. Her name was Clara Peller, Peller, Clara Peller. That's who's where's the beef? Oh, hang on. Getting a different one for you. Another popular commercial. So this guy became famous. This guy became famous, and you're gonna know why in a second here. Ready? Ready? And that's a whole other issue. Basically, they were real late night talk shows that were legit good. Eunice says, Manny, the Coca-Cola commercial with the white bears. You see, that's classic, but that's not old enough. It's not old enough. It's not old enough. How about here? Let me see. I'm looking for something. Oh, I know. I got a good one. Oops. I got one. I'm pulling out the good ones. You ready? You ready? $1984.
Time to make the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts are always fresh. I made the donuts. We make them at least twice every day. Time to make the donuts. Not a few kinds, like supermarket. Made the donuts. Time to make the donuts. But up to 52 varieties. The donuts. Time to make the donuts. I made the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, up to 52 varieties, fresh day and night. No supermarket can say.
So if you ever heard a reference to time to make the donuts, that's what they're talking about. That was an old commercial. A really old commercial. Holy crap. All right, ready? Ready?
What's this stuff? Some cereal. It's supposed to be good for you. Did you try it? I'm not gonna try it. You try it. I'm not gonna try it. Let's get Mikey. Yeah. He won't eat it. He hates everything. He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
When you bring life home, don't tell the kids it's one of those nutritional cereals you've been trying to get them to eat. You're the only one who has to know.
That was such an iconic commercial. It was insanely popular. Yeah, that was that was a lot of fun. And then before he became a murderer,
Nobody does it better than Hurt.
Nobody does it better. Hertz leads the others by far. Nobody does it best of all. You Hertz, the superstar.
Nobody has more of what it takes to rid you of Fairmont, Mustang, LTD, or other fine car faster.
Hertz, the superstar.
You know it.
oh yeah. Yeah, that was a popular commercial too. There was another one. Somebody mentioned it, and I'm gonna find it right now. Oops. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is also one of the great ones.
California raisins from the California vineyards.
Don't you know that I heard it through the grapevine?
Sounds better than what I got.
And they did a whole bunch of those California raisins commercials. They did a bunch of them. And they had music videos and everything. And, you know, and you could buy the little raisins and figures and stuff. Oh yeah, you know what? Let me see. Let's see if I can find that. Hang on. I think this is it. This commercial only aired one time. Only one time. Damn. Poof. Get all emotional looking at that one. Holy crap. Holy crap. Yeah, which I got the chill. I got chills too on that one. That was. Yeah, I'm gonna do a couple more and then we'll call it a night. But let's oops. And I gotta say, this was one of the great commercials too. This was a great commercial as well. Ready?
Able to pick up good yardage on the play. You know, the best part of this defense is their defensive line and their interior
Hello?
linebackers.
Hey, who? What's up? Nothing, B. Just watching the game, having a bud. What's up with you?
Nothing. Watching the game, having a bud.
True. True.
What's up? What's up? Yo, who's that?
Yo! Pick up the phone!
Hello? What's that? What's up?
Yo, where's Dookie?
Yo, Duke. Yo.
What's that?
What's that?
Hold on. Hello? So what's up, B?
Watching the game, having a bud.
True. True.
Yeah,
Yo,
that was.
some people think it don't make sense that I'm a horse whisperer. Fancy prance, yo! But you know what else don't make sense? Bye.
Yeah, I
Able to pick up good yardage on the play.
And then there were spoofs made of that commercial. I remember there was I think all the like the comic book heroes, like Batman and stuff. They all got in on that one. That was one of the good ones. Yeah, the Apple commercial. I thought it was IBM. Was it Apple? I thought it was an IBM commercial. Oh yeah, it was Apple. For some reason, I thought it was IBM. You remember this? Some of you remember this. I know not everybody does, but
Today we celebrate the first glorious anniversary of the Information Purification Directives. We have created, for the first time in all history, a garden of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests, obeying contradictory thoughts. Our unification of thoughts is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
okay, let me see. Let me see. I don't know. I haven't heard about that. What is that? Maybe I forgot. You know what? I've never seen this. I have never seen this before, ever at all.
Charlie. Charlie bit me. Ah. Ah. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Ouch, Charlie. Ow! Charlie, that really hurt. No, Charlie bit me. And that really hurt, Charlie, and it's still hurting.
So was that a commercial? I've never seen. Oh, it sounds like it's British or European or something. I don't remember that. I never saw that. What was that? What was that for? Do tell. Oh. Oh.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah, that was funny. I remember seeing that back then. It was funny. Oh, it was just a movie. Oh, okay, okay. I thought it was a commercial for something. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Here, hold on. Oops. Okay, let's try this one. Not all will get this one, I don't think.
If you'd like to hear Ella Fitzgerald's voice crystal clear, you'll record on new Memorex MRX3 cassette tape. It reproduces live sound with such crystal clear fidelity, you'll have to ask, is it Ella or is it MRX3? Is it live or is it Memorex?
Is it live or is it Memorex? Yeah, the great Ella Fitzgerald. And here's another one that some may not have seen or may not get. I remember it because this was it was a poster. They made a poster out of this. I had the poster.
The usual, sir.
Please. Even after 500 plays, our high-fidelity tape still delivers high fidelity. Maxell, it's worth it.
That was a good one, too. Let's see. Let's try to find one. Oh, okay. Let me try this. Oh my God. I just heard a clip, a little small piece of this, and are you ready? This is a good one. This is a good one.
Have it your way. Have it your way. Have it your way at Burger King.
May I help you, sir?
2 Whoppers.
Whoppers, 2 Whopper Juniors, and 4 Coca-Cola. And would I have to wait long if you made 1 Whopper with no pickle and no lettuce?
No, sir. Hold the pickle, hold the lettuce. Special orders don't upset us. All we ask is that you let us serve it your way.
Oh, well, in that case, could I have the other Whopper with extra ketchup?
Sure. We can serve your broiled beef Whopper fresh with everything on topper. Any way you think is proper, have it your way.
Now that's the way to do things, our way.
Have it your way. Have it your way.
God. Oof, talk about cheesy. No pun intended. That song, I believe that song, Have It Your Way, was the author of the song. I think his name was Al. The first name escapes me, but his last name was Berger. I swear to God, that was the guy who wrote that song. Oh man. Okay. All right. All right. But let me see. I don't know. I think this kind of cheesy, but this is one of them. One of them.
It's really great
to look your best,
more beautiful each day, with silky, sexy,
shiny hair.
The Vidal Sassoon way.
Make Vidal Sassoon shampoo part of your daily 3-step plan for beautiful hair.
'Cause if you don't look good, we don't look good. We take pride in you. If you don't look good, we don't look good. Vidal Sassoon.
God. All right, let me see if I can find that one.
I just took a shower with Farrah Fawcett.
Shampoo, Joe. He just took a shower with Farrah Fawcett shampoo. And his hair smells clean and fresh, and it has great body.
Great body.
And shine.
And best of all, you can say you've showered with Farrah Fawcett.
Shampoo, Joe.
Farrah Fawcett shampoo and conditioner with vitamins, minerals, protein, and herbs.
Can you imagine? Do you think they can do a commercial like that now? I think liberal heads would explode. I mean, seriously, people would freaking freak out. Okay, I got one. I got one. And this was one of my favorites.
Their ketchup's coming out a lot slower than ours does.
That's not good manners. Oh, you noticed our Heinz. Here, taste it.
Anticipation. Anticipation is making me wait.
Best ketchup I ever tasted.
That's pouring it on a little thick.
Yeah.
thick, rich Heinz ketchup.
Oh, man. Oh, the Fruit of the Loom guys, I remember them. So this was an actual commercial. Somebody just talked about it a second ago.
Come to where the flavor is. Come to Marlboro country.
That was it. That was a whole commercial right there. Oops. I'm trying to think of what were some really... Oh, okay. Here you go. So this was Chicago specific, but it became an iconic commercial. And it was a real commercial.
What's that?
Do you have insurance on this car?
No.
It must be Eagle Man.
I've got something for you.
Oh, look at those low rates.
Yeah, that was an actual commercial. Oh, and then okay, here one more, and then I'll go to one of the ones that I saw in the comments here. This also became an iconic commercial because of the guy who was acting in it. This is like one of that insurance one and this one were like, nobody will forget these.
That old car is worth money. Call Victory Auto Wreckers at 860-2000 for a quote. Victory will buy no matter what condition your car is in. Victory will tow it away free and you'll get cash on the spot. Or save money by fixing up your car with used parts. Victory has 7 acres of used parts. Starters, transmissions, batteries for all types of cars. Victory Auto Wreckers, 710 East Green in Bensonville, near O'Hare.
Yeah, that's actually on the west edge of O'Hare, the first street that goes, or avenue, whatever you want to call it, street that goes across is where this was at. That's where Bensonville is anyway. But the scene of that guy opening the door and the door falling off and he just standing there like, oh man, what am I gonna do, man? That became something very memorable. Okay.
My baloney has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R. Oh, I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-N-A.
Oscar Mayer, the first name in Bologna.
How's that?
Cute. That was a cute commercial. Yeah, Eagle Man. It was, and it was because it was so corny that it's completely unforgettable. And they made a huge. That company, their business exploded for years. They kept showing that commercial, and it was because it was corny, you know. All right, Kathy, have a good night. All right, well, let me find one last one here. Hang on. I'm looking for something here. To be honest, we've watched the most memorable ones. Okay, so this one shows a whole bunch of commercials. So maybe there's some we haven't seen on here yet.
Ay, 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 ay. I am the Frito Bandito. Hey, I like Fritos corn chips. I love them, I do. I want Fritos corn chips. I'll get them from you.
Hey, how about a nice Hawaiian punch?
Sure.
Wow, these are really old.
To get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop.
Let's find out. 1, 2, 3. How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it.
Sooner or later, you're going to try a white owl. And when you do, we gotcha.
Bert, what do you say to Martini and Rossi?
Yes. Yes. To Martini and Rossi on the rocks. Say yes.
Damn, that's Burt Bacharach. I think he passed away already. He's the same guy. He's a songwriter. He was on in the original Austin Powers movie, playing the piano, and I think it was the upper deck of that bus. That's him. Angie Dickinson, that was Angie Dickinson.
Maxie,
Parquet.
Butter.
Parquet margarine.
Butter.
Hey, that's Mel from Alice. Remember Mel's Diner? That's Mel.
No, parquet. It says right on your lid, parquet margarine.
Butter.
Parquet. Smooth, delicious. Butter.
Parquet.
But surely, Starkist don't want tunas with good taste. Starkist wants tunas that taste good.
That's for me.
Sorry, Charlie.
You can't get away with the crunch, because the crunch always gives you away.
Get Quake.
Crisp is better.
Fellas, why not leave it to the kids out there? Take sides with either Quake or Quisp.
Or Quake.
Or Quisp. Two new... To all the...
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Whipple, please don't.
Engine for yourself.
Mr. Whipple, please don't squeeze the Charmin.
Ooh. Hey, you two been married 3 months. How come Ned isn't housebroken yet?
Oh, I've tried, Rosie.
I have a knack for spilling.
Who hasn't the knack in this place? That's why I switched to Bounty paper towels. They absorb faster than any other leading brand. Bounty's the quicker picker-upper.
Oh, it's not nice to fool Mother Nature.
New Coast deodorant soap. A crisp, exhilarating scent and handfuls of bubbly lather combine to tingle your senses. It makes you feel more than clean. It actually brings you back to life. Refreshing Coast. An eye-opening experience.
Wow, do I feel good today?
I don't remember that one. Oh my goodness. Remember K-Tel? Remember K-Tel?
From K-Tel Records, 22 explosive hits, 22 original stars, gallery.
Oh, it's so nice to be with you.
The great Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh, the Candyman can.
Liver Snap's treats are made with real liver, and dogs love them. Treat your dog to Liver Snaps.
I know my own needs. And what I need from an automobile, I know I get from this new Cordova.
Oh, here, you're about to hear about Corinthian leather.
I could ask for nothing beyond the quality of Cordova's workmanship, the tastefulness of its appearance. I request nothing beyond the thickly cushioned luxury of seats available even in soft Corinthian leather.
Granada. Mercedes. Granada. Mercedes. The new Ford Granada ESS. See how close you can come to the look of a $20,000 Mercedes.
That car, the Ford Granada, was a horrible freaking car. Holy crap. The Granada was a horrible car. And yes, Ricardo Montalban from Fantasy Island.
At the price of a Granada.
Oh, God.
Fight right.
They're slugging it out in the middle of the ring. A right to the jaw.
My blocker's knocked off.
I've got a new SSP. Survive!
Okay, let him go. Some of the
Yeah, I had those.
great SSP racers for 72. When you pull that T-stick, those SSP racers howl with power. Take that action. Crush 'em. Smash 'em.
Crash, bang, crack 'em up, put 'em back again. Crash, bang, smash 'em up, it's smash up time, my friend.
G.I. Joe has hands that grip. Fingers you hold open and let close. Hands that hold on with a kung fu grip.
Remember Eddie Murphy referred to the Kung Fu grip in his first, well, not first, but the first major stand-up special he did, Delirious.
Penny, Mickey. Thanks for the gumball. Penny for the gumball, Freddy. Thanks for the gumball. Penny for the gumball, Popeye. Thanks for the gumball.
It's still the survival game.
Let's play.
Last one with the marble on the board wins. Your turn. Move a lever.
I'm gonna block that strategy. I'm out. Me too. Uh-oh.
I win. I'm the sole survivor.
Oh my God, I forgot about that commercial. I'm the sole survivor. Okay, this one we saw I'm just scrolling ahead, trying to see what's this.
Fry it up in a pan and never let you forget you're a man.
There's a fragrance that's here today, and they call it Charlie. A different fragrance that thinks your way, yeah, they call it Charlie. Kinda young, kinda now, Charlie. Kinda free, kinda wild, Charlie.
Oh my god, I remember those Bande de Soleil commercials. They were so foo-foo. Alright, I do have to wrap it up. Holy crap, it's already 1:13 in the morning. We will... That was fun. That was fun. Alright. Until tomorrow. Everybody have a good night. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I don't know, Charlie. I wanted to see the Head and Shoulders commercials. Perel. But there's a lot of stuff. You just have to take time to look for it. Hey, you guys have a great night. This was fun. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.